name is Evan Turner. I'm a pilot for the Drone Racing League and also the co-founder of 533. As you can probably tell by the title of this video, 533 is launching what we're calling the Freedom Spec series this summer, and I figured I'd hop on and just tell you a little bit about my setup, my beta flight settings, my ESC settings, as well as just some tips and tricks to hopefully have the best experience possible with Freedom Spec. So without further ado, we're gonna go into my setup and hopefully you guys can pick up something useful along the way. See you there. Before we dive too deep into what my setup is, I figured I would give a quick rundown of what Freedom Spec even is for those who don't know. I'm gonna put the requirements up here. As you can see, there's only 4. You have to run the 2207, the 533 2207 motor. You have to run the HQ R38 prop. You have to run a 3-cell battery, any 3-cell battery for that matter. And also need a minimum all-up weight of 460 grams. That's including battery. I'm gonna put up a video here of a heat that I had just last weekend practicing with a buddy, Campbell, the chief. And as you can see, the racing is a lot slower than you're used to seeing. The drones aren't traveling as fast, but they're traveling at the exact same speed around this course, which means it's coming down to all pilot skill. What this means is you can't lose a race and be like, well, I wish I had that part and he won because his drone was faster and whatnot. No, it's not like that anymore. It's just pilot skill. So as you can see here, we are battling back and forth. He's faster in the open sections. I'm faster in the tight sections. We're passing back and forth and the drones are exactly the same speed. It makes for racing we've never seen before in drone racing at all. And 533 just wanted to be a part of it because we believe it's the future. So we're funding a lot of these races that are happening, trying to put on this series obviously over the summer. And I figured I'd hop on and try and give you guys the best experience possible, being that it's something new. So we're gonna hop into my setup here and hopefully we can see you guys at a Freedom Spec race here soon. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, we're gonna hop into my setup specifically. As you can see, this is a very different quad than the one I was just holding. This is like my practice quad, but I wanna make this as organic and real as possible, so this is going to be the quad that I'm flying in Freedom Spec at all these events here coming up. So, pretty standard. This is my normal 5-inch racing setup. That's the beauty of Freedom Spec. You take your Spec quad, you plug a 6S battery into it, and now you have your top of the line 5-inch racing quad. So I'll just try to go over my setup. I'm running the Switchback Pro 533 Switchback Pro racing frame. I'm running the SFG arm configuration. So we have 3. We have the light, the SFG, and the long back. Some people prefer the long back. Some people prefer the light. But I like to run kind of the middle, which is the SFG. And that's just my preference. Everybody has their own, but we're gonna go in from there. So next we have the standard things that everybody has to run as part of the requirement. We have the HQ R38 props and the 533 2207 1960 kV motor. Next we're gonna talk about the battery. Obviously this looks a lot different than your typical 6S racing battery. And tip number 1, I guess, is that you'll see that the battery strap's actually going around the quad. I've heard a lot of complaints of, oh, my battery straps aren't long enough. I hate Freedom Spec, blah, blah, blah. Well, all you gotta do is put the battery strap, take your battery strap out of the normal slot and put it around the entire quad, and it's the perfect length. We did this completely on accident, but it works great, and I've never had a problem with it. So we're gonna take this off, look at our battery here, and the battery that I run specifically in all my races is the China Hobbyline 2200 30C battery. This battery costs $9.99, and I'm pretty sure you could buy a drink at Starbucks that costs more than this battery right here, and it's awesome. I've tried every battery under the sun, trying to find that awesome battery that somehow is better than this one, but I believe in this battery wholeheartedly, and it's $9.99. You can grab like 5 for $50, and that's one 6S battery that we race in our open class stuff. So it's really nice. You can get into Freedom Spec for so cheap, and this is my go-to battery. So next we're gonna get the quad. I'm gonna take the battery strap here off the top plate and kind of go into the rest. As you can see, this quad's pretty grassy from a big practice session with Chief last weekend. I have the stack saver on right now. We'll take that off. It's just an elastic band that helps keep the inside clean. And as you can see, I guess this is a great little demo, that the inside of this quad is completely clean after a whole weekend's worth of practice. So my ESC is the Hobbywing 2020, the 45 amp. I believe that's what, 45 amp, not sure. And then the T-Motor F7 flight controller, I used it at Mayhem. I did absolutely awesome, built-in pit switch, etc. I'm running the Foxeer Nano Predator V5 camera. I recently switched to it, and I'm really happy with it, actually. The TBS Unify Pro 32, Lumineer Axie antenna, and then for control, I know that's kind of like a big topic now, is I have switched recently to TBS Tracer. Been super happy with it. I have my one mount down here. These mounts, of course, are posted on the Thingiverse for 533, and then I have this one up here, which got a little bit beat up from the some mid-airs with Chief. We're gonna set it on here and see how close I am This one probably has about 5 grams worth of grass on it. Look at that, 462 grams. I don't think that 2 grams is gonna lose me a race anytime soon, at least I hope not. And yeah, this is my setup that I just went over. And as you can see, it gives you just about the perfect weight for Freedom Spec. So obviously you can run any frame, ESC, whatever, but you need to get down as close as you can to that 460 gram minimum weight. So as you can see, this drone right here is no different than one I would race at any high-level 5-inch race. But all I have to do is put on my 3-cell battery, make sure I'm running these props and motors, and boom, I have a spec setup that I can go race with all my friends. You're gonna have those great races like I showed you early in the video, and it's affordable. 533 is giving everyone a set of motors at 20% off. You're gonna use the code Freedom Spec Newbie, and everybody's account will get to use it one time. So you go in there, you wanna get into Freedom Spec, you wanna get your buddies into it, go make an account on fly533.com. You'll get 20% off your first set of motors. That is top of the line racing motors for 70 bucks. Like you can't beat it. It'll get you into Freedom Spec in no time. And grab yourself some $9.99 batteries. Put your battery straps around the top plate. Pick up a couple sets of props, and voila, you are Freedom Spec racing. Now I'm just gonna do a quick little flash, I guess, of my Betaflight settings right now. So this is Betaflight 4.3. This is what's worked well for me for Freedom Spec. And next we're gonna go to my ESC settings and put them up on the screen right now. Very important, do not use these ESC settings on 6-cell. This is only for Freedom Spec, and it will make your drone maybe 1% faster, so I'm not even sure it's that worth it. But you know, at the top level, everybody's going for that 1%. So these are the ESC settings that I put on my drone for when I'm flying Freedom Spec, and I change them back to my normal stuff for 6S. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it gave you guys some inspiration to get in some Freedom Spec. I'm going to be traveling all across the country this summer to go to as many Freedom Spec races as possible. So if you are around and want to stop by and race against me, then by all means, come to Freedom Spec Race. We'll be posting them everywhere, I'm sure, as well as following on my Instagram. I'll be talking about where I'm going next. And I'd love to see you guys. You know, community is my favorite part about FPV, and getting to meet new people really is what I love about it. So hopefully I can see you guys out at some races here soon, and maybe even the championship July 4th in Moberly, Missouri. So thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys later.